Foota High puts on his analytical cap and weighs in on all the topical issues, including the Marvin the Dancer saga. 25 years in prison for Flippa Mafia on drug charges in the US.
We can't stop people from talk.
Was his last interview right here on stage.
Tell him it's a star.
Showing us the signs.
Flippa unstoppable, Flippa set trends.
That interview will be played in full.
You understand? We say floss in a magazine.
Yasus Afari uses word, sound, and power
Everything that you do, it come right back to you.
to inspire troubled youths around the world.
No, my you.
And the unveiling of Dreamgirls 2016.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Right here on stage. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winford Williams. We'll be right back.
All who say me a inform and think say me no hear me here, but me no care.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back from a field of almost 100 ladies. The Dream Entertainment team narrowed their search for the ultimate Dream Girls who will represent the brand at this year's Dream Weekend in the Grill, July 28 to August 1. Today we unveil the lucky and lovely ladies who have made the final cut. But first, Dream Entertainment Director Ron Burke on our stage right now. Ron! Blessed, sir. Good to have you.
Always a pleasure.
All right, ladies, welcome. Welcome, ladies. All right, cool. So, sir, jump in and tell me the mechanics of this search. How did you go about searching, finding these ladies?
Well, we actually didn't do Dream Girl search, I'd say maybe over the last 2 years. And we've been pressured by the media in a sense, but pressured by the general populace to have this search. Because a lot of persons want to come and experience Dream, not only from a promotional standpoint, but from an internal standpoint.
Okay.
Right? And these are ambassadors. They're going to be involved in customer service. They're going to be involved in our VIP. There are so many events that are happening between now and when we get to Appleton Special Dream Weekend that none of us as directors are going to be able to go to all.
Okay.
So we need ambassadors. And what better way to have than fabulous ambassadors?
So, okay, so they will have to know
represent
everything about Dream Weekend. And where to go and how to behave and those things. I suppose if patrons ask these questions, these ladies will have to answer them?
Indeed. They're going to be briefed accordingly. So between now and when we get to the 28th of July, when we actually start, they'll know everything in terms of the lineup, in terms of the costing, in terms of what to tell not only Jamaica, but the world. Dream is global.
They'll be identifiable. Right now, they're not wearing anything, any brand or anything, but they'll be identifiable for people to walk up to them?
They'll be branded accordingly.
Okay.
Outfits are being made. A special big up to Rami. She's the one that's putting the outfits together for the team. So I'd say maybe another week. As they roll out, you'll see them out in the streets, out in the events, representing us to the fullest.
Okay, so they're not just eye candies?
No. They're ambassadors.
No,
for the
don't
week.
call them no eye
No.
candies.
The Dream Girls are our ambassadors.
Okay, cool. All right, so what can you tell us about, we're gonna have you meet the ladies in just a little bit, all of them, right here on stage. You're gonna do stuff for us that will show you what they've got, even though they're not eye candies. But first, talk to us a little bit about the package. What's in it?
For Dream this year?
Or what you can tell us at this time, because you have some time to go.
Right, we do. It's 5 days. It starts on the 28th of July and ends on the 1st of August, which is Emancipation Day. And on the first day, we're going to be having our Dream Live concert. Dream Live is going to be led by Magnum, the brand. So it's dubbed Magnum Dream Live Concert. They're on board for last year again. And so far we have Bounty Killer, we have Popcorn, we have Spice, we have Massacre, and more to come.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, for us, how we look at it is a lot of persons come to Jamaica. We have the Jamaicans here who want to see the show, but we have a lot of persons who come to Jamaica and they want to see a lot of the artists. Truth be told, a lot of them can't travel. And we want to showcase them. They're out there on the internet, the digital space, they're out there on YouTube, but a lot of them are not able to go into these markets. And two of our biggest markets, in particular the US and Canada, now get the opportunity to come and see them live and direct. Interact with them, watch them perform, pics, autographs, whatever. They're there live and direct for the weekend on the 28th.
Locals match up with foreigners. Who's leading in terms of patronage?
It varies, but I'd put it at a 50-50.
50-50?
I'd put it at 50.
So half of who we will see in Negril are residing overseas, and not necessarily Jamaicans or Caribbeans.
No, we have dreamers from all over the world. There is no country you can possibly, in terms of a name that you can call now, that we don't have at least one dreamer from that country coming over.
Okay.
The numbers are phenomenal. You know, and how we know, our website, when they come and purchase from the website, it tells you which bank issued the card and their address.
Okay.
And that gives us insight into the data. So we've been capturing that for a number of years. We have direct contact with them, and every year, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, I mean, you name it, China, wherever. The dream is a global dream. And we want Jamaica and the world to recognize that we have a brand that speaks not only to Jamaica, but Jamaican culture, our food, our music, and everything Jamaica has to offer. It's an event tourism destination every year, and it's just the beginning.
Speak a little bit about the impact economically on the local Negril economy. How do people get something from the vendors and so on? What kind of impact are we talking about? In terms of
roughly, I'd
figures.
say about 2 years ago, and this was 2 years ago, and since then we have grown maybe 15 to 25% since then. They did a survey on Dream, and Appleton Special Dream Weekend by default. And conservatively, we contributed during those 5 days, 1.5 billion to the Jamaican economy. That was not an article written by us. It had nothing to do with us. As a matter of fact, it catch us off guard when we saw it in the paper. That was written and published financially. It said that the average visitor to Dream will spend at minimum at least $200 US. And most times that's maybe on a per day basis. And we have thousands coming in.
And that money is spreading around.
Spreading around. So
locals in Negril.
All the restaurants, the salons, the barbershops, the hotels, everybody, the peanut man, the chicken man on the street, everybody benefits from Dream. And that's why we think it's so important for Jamaica, corporate Jamaica, the Jamaica Tourist Board is on board, and so many other sponsors, NCB, just to name a few, need to come on board and support an initiative that speaks the language. It's about Jamaica, it's about Jamaicans, and everyone benefits right down to the government, from landing fees, the TAF, you name it, we're contributing. And
you are the biggest party weekend in the Caribbean,
In the Caribbean, yes, sir.
You boast that. Is that true?
Well, I'd love for you to find something comparable as a party weekend. Bigger than
I'm going to search. I tried. I'll be honest. I tried. I can't find it. So I give it to you until I know otherwise.
So we have the crown until then?
No, but I have a reason. Onstage, as you know, we're a partner here. Yes. And we're in it because we believe in it.
Cool.
We want to help you to tell the story. We want to help you to stimulate the world to come to Jamaica.
We appreciate it.
And that's why we're lending our platform to it. And so, well, we do, sir. And we're happy to be back this year. And we will be all over Negril.
Indeed.
Capturing the Dream
Lovely
ladies. And speaking of which, Ron, we're going to get rid of you and
That's
me.
fine. That's fine.
I want to give the ladies the stage right now to show us what they've got.
You're my dream.
Baby, I'm your dream girl.
You're my dream.
Baby, I'm your dream girl. My special toy, I'm your dream girl. The way I walk, the way I look. Baby, I'm your dream girl.
She just the type that I've been searching for all my life.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. All the best. Looking forward to seeing you all at Dream Weekend. All right? And you will take care of me, right? Yes. I need that. I need care. All right, there you have them right here on stage. All 15 Dream Ladies for 2016. Stay with us. Still to come. Foota Hype weighs in on everything. Yasus, Afari, inspiring young people the world over. Flippa Mafia, last interview, right here on stage, will be played in full. You may be seeing it for the first time. We'll be back.
So anything you see, I that you are go reap, and if you spit in the sky, it a go drop in you.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. 25 years in prison for the self-styled flossing king.
That can't stop me from floss.
Flippa Mafia. This after the flamboyant DJ was convicted of first-degree distribution of cocaine, second-degree money laundering, and second-degree conspiracy in a New Jersey court. Flippa Mafia, whose real name is Andrew Davis, was sentenced on Friday, June 3rd. In his last interview right here on stage in 2013, Flippa told us about the man behind the moniker. An interview that some are saying was very telling of a man living beyond what his artistry could afford. Here now is the full interview. Some time ago, after a flossing episode, Flippa Mafia told us right here on stage that he will no longer be engaged in throwing out money on stage or anywhere for that matter. But at Sting, Flippa engaged in just that. And was part of what created one of the biggest moments of the night. Can you imagine? Flippa, blessed love, sir.
Blessed Mr. Wilford.
So what, have you gone back on that promise?
Well, it's not really on that promise. After all these years, it's been like 2.5, almost 3 years, the people them don't see me, so we have to give them something to look forward and remember them who Flippa is and make them know nothing don't change, it's only the weather. You understand?
so you went back. How much did you throw out that night?
Well,
give us a figure.
To be honest, it was like 95,000 to be exact. Like
95,000 J.
No, equivalent to 95. It was 3 times. You understand? 25,000 first in 500, then 25
so
again.
it was J dollars?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 25,000 first in 500.
But it used to be US.
Well, they get the US in the end. They get a 500 US in the end, which just check the US at 90. So 59 is 45, so 45 and 50 is 95. You understand?
See it? Okay. And it was real champagne?
Well, of course.
Moet.
It's a spade. That's the top thing. That's one of the best champagne right now.
Goodness.
That's drink. But you know, part of that performance and throw money thing that have to organize with the promoter, you understand? Because you don't know with Joe and Mr. Leng anything possible, so you know them have to tack that up in the payment, and you understand me? That's how we do it right now, yeah.
So and them pay for it, technically. Technically,
well,
the promoter
I'll let them know what I want to do.
Yes.
You understand? I'll let them know what my performance is going to be, because they don't see me, so I got to create this buzz like where I always create, and Jamaica people long for see me. I love the welcome when them give me and all of that. But if you look on the performance, I never really have to throw the money to get the notice on the crowd. And
you still get that energy
definitely,
there?
Especially that change of shoes, something I never see it, because you know we don't do nothing fake. Everything we keep it real. You understand? So that's why everything we do it in a doubles. Like me say me have 2 watch and 2 chain, and you say I think about 2 champagne. And me have 2 Porsche ride and the design ain't the same.
Okay.
Chuck on the car. Remember me tell them say star a star. So that's why I have to walk on and represent and make the people them know say yo, it's not a talking thing. When Flippa talk something, we mean it. Not because I say me not throw the money and I throw it again, that means say yo, we are go back on the road or whatever. It's just when you're under the vibes and the momentum and the whole spirit and the vibe and the whole thing. You understand me?
All right. So where are you based now?
Well, right now, I'm Jamaica based. Right now, for present moment. I work on my label right now, I'm producing. Even last night, Mavado Vice, a nice song for me. I have a nice rhythm I drop now named Rockash, Mavado, I Active.
So you're producing too?
Definitely. I've been producing. I'm the first. That's why I say I hype myself and the boy and I hype me. My first song I produced, what Bust Me, was Real Bad Man. When Buju Banton sing on the song, say, bust it up to the bend, bend, to the bend, bend, to the bend, bend. I produced that song.
Yes.
You understand? And Bounty Killer and Busy Signal and a couple more artists. I produced a few rhythm also. I even have a rhythm named Canary Diamond with Cartel on it. Movado is on it same way, even Buju Banton. I have a Buju Banton that a lot of people not even know yet. You understand? Because it wasn't really released officially. But, you know, sometimes you have a thing on a song leak. You understand? So I got a couple rhythms under my belt. But this rhythm now named Raw Cash, trust me, it got shot.
Raw Cash.
Yeah, Raw Cash, because that's all we spend.
So you're able to travel to the US and thing?
Well, I'm good right now. Well, I'm working out my US situation. Right now, I'm good with them.
Where the state were you based? In
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, them,
Philly,
yeah, and some people call it Flippadelphia.
Oh gosh, you're changing. Just like you change your name too.
Definitely.
Hey, what's your name now?
Well, my name is Flippa Magla now because the Mafia kind of draw too much attention.
Yes.
Give off a different attention.
So it's Flippa Magla.
Magla, because we say Maglin. You understand? We say flossing and Maglin. So when time them see
so you're dropping the negative connotation of Mafia? Because you don't know Mafia, you're saying?
No, me a Magla, me a flosser.
Yeah.
We want the youth them know so them have nice things. But not because we are saying nice things. That no means you have to go do things out of the way to have nice things. You understand what I say? But youth to live them life because it's one life. Because the other day I have a friend who passed away. You understand? He have so much money, not even get to enjoy it. And right now dead people are fight over it. You understand? So
somebody we know?
Well, not really. It's a personal friend of mine overseas. You understand?
Overseas, okay.
Yeah.
And people are fighting over?
Yeah, them a fight over all wealth and all of these things, you understand? So right now, me have to try set the proper foundation for my kids. That means if anything happen to me, nobody now have to fight over it. You understand? Make sure me have my will. That means say, yo, them know say, yo, Ashan, if you get this, Zoe, if you get this, Danny, if you get this.
How many kids you have?
I got 7 kids, you know.
7?
Yeah, and you never hear my name calling a baby mother drama. So Flippa now, man, him picking them, you tell them something like that. With a man, make sure everything's straight.
You take care of all of them? They're all here in Jamaica?
No, only 3 of them. 1 of them go Immaculate and 2 of them go Idle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're making sure that they're educated?
Definitely. I have to give them what my father and mother couldn't really afford to give me. You understand? So we have to do it in a more modern
Which inner city community are you from?
Waterhouse. Kingston 11, yeah.
Same. And you're making sure that they're not subject to the experience you had growing up?
Definitely.
See, that's good. That's commendable. How many women? How many mothers?
How many mothers? Well, honestly, I got 6 baby mothers.
6?
Yeah.
6 mothers for 7 kids. All right. So what else, apart from the producing and what you just told me about your music, what else is happening for you?
Well, right now, you know, we're into real estate and all of these things. Right now, we are trying to establish a development in a Kingston Agnew Park Road. We just hope for the best. We're in with the bank now, I try to negotiate, try to see if we can get a loan, because, you know,
so what you're building a complex?
Well,
commercial or residential?
Commercial.
Commercial complex? Yeah. Okay. So what will it be?
Well, me I try to like office space and, you know, be into entertainment. So most artists, and if you notice, the artists not really own a club around here, are no nothing for entertain people and stuff like that. So me I try to do a nice sports bar and grill where, you know, my fans them are, maybe we can do a temporary car wash or something like that. But really I shoot off for like office space, business thing. You understand what I say? Because we have to think about for the next 10, 15, 20 years. We can't think about us today and tomorrow alone. You understand? We have to think about the kids. Because I did it all already. I live the best of life. I drive the finest vehicle. I live the nicest place. We got the best hotel and all of these things. But what about when the kids them get big? You understand? I don't want to fall in a situation where somebody go say, yo, boy Flippa used to floss and the boy Flippa used to this and look on him, picnic them now and all of them things. No, we don't want that. You understand what I say? So I just want the youth them to use certain things as example and try to set proper foundation for them kids where I grew up and all of these things.
So you acquired the land already?
Definitely.
You own the land?
Yeah.
And you're just now looking for money to build the complex?
Yeah, definitely.
Put a structure on it, a complex with, and a club may be part of that.
Definitely.
A sports bar.
Yeah. Well, what I really wanted was a bowling alley. You know?
Okay.
Because none of that is in Jamaica.
You want to bring that
but
to
I think
Jamaica.
the location is not perfect for that, you understand? Because it's like Agnew Park Road. It's not a lot of uptown people, a lot of business people when go to Agnew Park Road because of traffic and because of them I say, yo, Agnew Park Road is on the other side of Halfway Tree. So that is like it's a good location. It's topside unders in between Hyundai. But what I'm saying is like, you don't call it like as a lower medium class business area. Okay. You understand? Which if you're over like all up roadside going up anywhere, you understand?
A little more upscale.
Yeah, but a little bit more upscale. So.
Okay.
But
once
we
you
are trying
provide
our
the
best.
security and what have you, people go where
Definitely.
once they feel safe.
Definitely.
So in all the flossing and all the excitement on stage, Flippa Mafia, you're a serious businessman.
Definitely. We have to be serious in it.
A big example too of making a distinction between showbiz and real life.
Definitely.
And
some people don't know who Andrew Davis is, you know. Them only know Flippa, Magla, / Mafia.
Yeah.
Them see me a party and me a champagne and dash out and them so about them hype and him show up. But we forget to know me in person. He's a totally different person. You understand me?
Well, that person is coming out right now.
Definitely. You understand? People have to know Andrew.
And we rate
You
that.
understand? Know me when I'm humble and sit down and me and my friend them all sit down and play some domino and I have fun and stuff like that. You understand me? I say, other than partying, them want forget to really know that person because it's not what you see. When you see Flippa, Mafia perform, that is the whole entertainment thing. I have to sell myself, I have to promote myself. You understand?
That's a character.
All right, definitely. But I'm a totally different person. I'm very humble. You understand me? Willing to listen and learn to and share ideas and stuff like that. Because when I got, well, now man, let me go learn and we're educated. We're street smart too.
Magla, the new name. Flippa Magla right now, no more Mafia. Well, you can say Stroke Mafia, formerly known as Flippa Mafia. Flippa Magla now. And your first name again?
Andrew.
Anjo. Anjo, Flippa, Magla, Stroke Mafia. That's our guest right here in this segment, right here
Thank
on
you very
stage. All right, there you have him, the self-styled flossing king, Flippa Mafia. Stay with us still to come. Foota hype on everything. You don't want to miss that. We'll be back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. The poetry is defined as word, sound, and power, designed to uplift, inspire, and empower. One of the genre's masters is Yasus Afari, who comes to our stage right now with a project inspired by life-changing experiences for youngsters in Kingston's inner city. Yasus Afari, right now, right here on our stage. Yasus. Good to have you, sir.
Yeah,
Good to have you.
thanks.
All right, first of all, we're going to talk about the project in a second, but take a minute, Yasus, to talk a little bit about what takes up most of your time these days.
Well, we are workshop king across the world, you know. We talk about Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, England, Scotland, Wales, Denmark, across the world, and in the Caribbean and Jamaica as well. So we develop programs, customized and designed to meet specific targets and to produce specific deliverables. And we work in schools, mental health institutions, prisons. We do the festivals and the theaters and the amphitheaters as well. But we actually design a workshop for a lot of schools across the world and so.
So you work with the correctional professionals, so
Even then, yeah. We even revolutionized the penal justice system in the entire United Kingdom by virtue of a pilot project that I did for the chaplaincy in the
I remember that, yes. And
the work continues. I mean, even in Colombia.
so you're constantly working.
Yeah.
Describe for me one of your typical workshops.
All right. What we do is, for example, you want to take the prisons or the schools, whichever.
Yeah, take a prison.
Take the prison, all right. So we go in a maximum security prison where them man they a dopey manufacturer, them man they a drug smuggler, them man they a pedophile, them man they a rapist. So we go inside still and take the human journey, just trying to ground the space and the group into thinking that the human community, as diversified as it is, with all the problems and tensions, we start from one pair of people in one place. And we journey till we populate the world with 7.2 billion people.
Yeah.
And so we take people through the journey and what inspire people to move from point A to point B. Some of the difficulties and the challenges. Some of the for example, the reasons that are rooted in, for example, the transatlantic experience and why you have ethnic minorities in some of the countries in Europe and America and so on. And so what we try to do is to ground the group in the things that we share in common, irrespective of our differences, and start to work it from there and point it into specifics. And so sometimes we break them into several groups, depending on the particular deliverables, and we get information from them. What would have informed and inspired your position, your situation? And so we work it from there as to how we could correct that situation. And so we are like this psycho and neuro-linguistic practitioner. We go inside of the heavens and design some program to heal and balance the youth.
Hence this project, and talk specifically now about this project that inspired these kids in Kingston.
We realize we need to give the ghetto youth them some more credit than we give them. Because what them living, them existence is pretty much inside of a concentration camp. And when you look at the history and emancipation and whatever else comes since that, the emancipendence fiasco, we realize the youth them really get basket for carry water. And so why them not grow stark in mad is because of them tenacity and them resilience. So we want to strengthen that. We want to embrace them with that, with all them strengths and them weaknesses, and point them to really manage and dispense them energies in a more productive, more socially acceptable way. And so we Bounty Killers recently, right here on stage, that the youth them don't realize from maybe back in the 60s, 70s that all of the man them we are dot manufacturer, them now kick back and enjoy some life. Them either dead and in the cemetery, or them they in a prison, or them a hide. And so that's not no life. And so we want to tell the youth themselves, listen, brethren, the creativity what you put into the negativity, we could have put that in positivity and live a more positive life. And so that's the essence of the concept behind it. Them we're there. This is how we are. We are defining what we stand for and what we don't get involved in. And so that's what inspired the idea of them we're there. Because
and in some ways your experience is the same.
Yeah, exactly. In all of these examples. Because
as theirs, yes.
I'm not from the urban ghetto, but I'm from the rural ghetto. Yeah. And while them divide the people in the classes, for example, between black and white or between rural and urban. You know what I mean? You're a countryman or you're a town man. But all of we are countryman because Jamaica is still a country. And some people say them don't like black, but still them have a black poodle or a black cat or something. And so we always want to build bridges between the people. And so them way they know speak to the fact that yo youth, a man want to go liquor drinks. And we say we don't pre them way there. He must check on the liquor truck, because he must scale it down then. He go to all the ackee tree and we say, we not pre them way there. Even though we not eat no good food from last week Friday, and we still not get no pay until next week Sunday. And we not interested to go make no dopey. We prefer pick a fruit and kiss the tree, plant a seed and let it be. Now this youth, Shane Morgan from Life Yard in Fleet Street, he really epitomizes or personify all of this what we are talking about. Because them youth have a permaculture thing where they have a restaurant, they plant them food, they eat them food. And they are attracting people from 30 odd countries. At stage, you need to go down, they go take them youth there. Okay. And see how youth were a gangster, prisoner. 15 of them come together and build a little thing where them say, a life them are defend. We are not up in manufacturer, we are life giver and nurturer. And so they typify and personify what we're talking about. And that's why we did the video there. And give them location fee and talent fee and strengthen them that way. You see what I say? And show so how you can find yourself on stage on a video which will hit the world. And at the same time, that's positive. Okay. That's contributing to your whole health and the health of your community, Jamaica, and you live a better life. And so that's the concept of them way there.
Them way there. Let's give it to the world right now, yes. Right here.
No, my you, me not pray them way there. Me not check them way there. Me not turn them way there. No, my you, me not move them way there. Me not flex them way there. Me not meds them way there. No, my you, me not pray them way there.
All right, there you have it. Them way there, word, sound, and power from Yasus Afari. It's a pre-release, so you're seeing it for the first time anywhere on the planet. And the single you soon be out.
Yes, the single will be out through Zodiac Worldwide on the 17th of June, and the video will be made available as of today, which is Saturday actually. and we just wanted to have the privilege and the honor of have it being premiered on stage. You know, so on stage is normal and it's global, and that's where we are at right now. You know, we're with this project, and so it's them way there, and that's the new focus for the youth in the inner city and the outer town and inner town. Them way there. You hear that, Foota?
Keep us posted, Yasus.
Yeah.
Them way there.
Give thanks.
All right, there you have him right here on stage, Yasus Afari. And speaking of Foota hype, he'll be here next, and he'll be talking about everybody and everything happening in dancehall. Wow, you don't want to miss that.
Them way there.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. Marvin the Dancer caused a firestorm when this video went viral 3 weeks ago. And to add fuel to the fire, allegations that Marvin, also known as the Beast, is now being sought by Jamaica's Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA. Now, while dancehall legends Beanie and Bounty have hit out at Marvin's antics, what says a dancehall selector who plays a major role in what happens in the physical dancehall space in Jamaica and elsewhere? Our guest is indeed a selector who, based on Instagram postings, seems to be a supporter of the Beast. We're talking about no other than Foota Hype. Right now, right here on our stage, and he will be talking about everything else that's happening in dancehall. Foota Hype.
How going?
Blessed love, sir. Good to have you back. Where have you been? You've been missing for a little bit.
Yeah, we're up on a US tour. Different places where we don't really go on some way out state and do some different hosting and some radio show to promote the brand, like going to a venue where the people them not really know you. But them are going to see what you have to offer, and you have to use your talent and convince them to say, okay, I am the one you're supposed to book next time.
So how you sum up the thing?
It was good.
Successful?
Very good. You know, we have a couple of shows where a little bit of people there. And then we have somewhere black or ram, and you know, some people add on some promoter call and say, yo, me have a thing on that son. Me have XYZ, me have the right thing where you chat, but I will work with it.
Okay.
Because we expand the brand, you know, I have my clothesline and things. So as far as me can carry my brand as a selector, me can carry the clothesline, me can carry whatever other business me I get into.
All right, let's jump into the issues now. Bounty killer. Robbed.
Honestly, I don't even want to smile when I talk about it. Ultimate disrespect. Me not approve of it none at all.
Yes.
And them nowadays so-called gangster, bad man, yeah, them very ungrateful. Because if you notice, whenever I get a community, I keep a show or a dance or something, them ask artists for come, them not no money for pay you. As a top selector, them not have it for pay you. And you go and you represent, you play them treat, you play them barbecue, them get together, them birthday. And then everybody connected. So, how am I go get up and rap Bounty Killer? That's premeditated. And whosoever I govern them or I give them orders, even if you never did know, you know now. So Killer should get back him things them already. If you have a superstar like Bounty Killer where he's from the ghetto, and Bounty Killer one of the person who emulate the ghetto the most, right? And if him can't walk in an inner city community without get robbed.
Yeah. So are they known?
I don't know how we do it, you know.
Oh,
but
okay.
anywhere them live, anywhere them come from, they must know. They must train friends say, yo, I'll kill a Rolex, this, you know. And everybody know. So, I don't know the people them are dealing with. If we are for the ghetto and the ghetto enough for we, then I will be for them.
Okay.
Them now see the upper class are come there. So if you see Bounty Killer, you have to cherish him, I love him, man. Show him respect. If you see a Foota Hype or Beanie, man, any star, it no matter if them give $1 or not, we are ambassador for our inner city lifestyle, our sufferation, how we showcase, say, all right, you can come from the ghetto and be somebody in a life. So, you, the same ghetto people, like a tear down your own a superstar, foolishness, man.
I want to talk about your issue on the dance, the extreme dancing in dancehall. But first, I want your quick response to what's happening with the Drake album, the whole Drake views controversy. Give me your views on it.
All right. The Drake situation is balanced both sides. We can't expect Drake to act like him Barney or a film culture. Yeah? Vegas right at the same time. Because we would have liked get the real props over forget for our culture.
Yes.
You understand? But at the same time, people have to understand, say, Drake is looking where him can sell 10 million albums. Right now, the biggest seller, Rihanna, Zine, and Justin Bieber, I go dancehall. So naturally, them are go dancehall. Dancehall is the biggest genre out there now. But them not give we the props. You understand what I'm saying? So them call it tropical house and do what them do, but we know say still dancehall. Drake sample about 4 songs. Big thing that for dancehall. Not meaning say he might do it for dancehall, but he might do it for himself. But we have the art genre, so him do it. Vegas right would have like see everybody name on it so that we can get a recognition there. It's like when the Grammys and them say them give a Grammy and you can't come on the stage. Me not like that. Me hear Sirianni say, I will put artists cross over, but him don't understand them close back the window. The window is never open for a Jamaican artist to be a P. Diddy or a Jay-Z. Because you don't have a record label behind you.
What's your understanding as to why Poppy's version of Controller was not in the
to my
final cut?
understanding and to what I've heard, Poppy's version was supposed to be the remix, but it got leaked. Because you know how international artists do them thing, them have them original song and them do the remix same time.
Okay.
Not meaning them
use the opportunity to this.
Yeah. So the song leaked by accident. So the original was supposed to be the one it being, man.
Which one people are beat more? I mean, in the hardcore space, we know that
honestly,
we know that the one on the album is doing well.
It's got to do well naturally because you know they are.
But in the space now, in the hardcore,
the people that more know the Popcorn one because that are the first taste of the song what them get.
So yeah, you're beating it out there too.
Yeah, we play the Popcorn and we play the Beanie Man one. We play anyone, we play the one that Drake alone depend it too. Them have all kind of version like and mainstream media sees dancehall and reggae, and I don't care who I'm vexed for this because a real thing me I thought them see dancehall and reggae as a threat. Because no matter alright, we do great music, we do good music. Sometimes I hear people come on the program and I say, yo, we need to do better music. There's no better music we can do. Because for me, Rihanna work song is like a demo. It no record good. She basically mumble the words and they even say good because it's not her element. But it sell millions of copies because of Rihanna. And them have the engine. When them put that on a playlist across the world, every radio station have a play it. No, we don't have the money to do that. You did have Everyday and Supercat, Big Song, Buju and Snow and all of them. These songs made it into mainstream.
Yes.
Those songs sold millions of copies. Those artists had visa, had international movement.
Okay.
It was an everyday feature in Supercat. So
they were treated the same way you're saying?
Yeah, it's over.
Them dump them after a while.
Years, them dump you. Them use the genre, get for them artists out there with it because the Caribbean.
So how you explain Sean Paul and Shaggy?
But look at it. Shaggy sold Diamond.
Yes.
Come on TV and I'm glory talk about him Diamond. Want me the next album. Them drop him. Oh, you sell a man to sell Diamond. When nobody on your roster not sell more than him.
Okay, but everybody has their ups and downs. And he's back now anyway. He's back now.
Yeah, but
mainstream.
on what level? This is what I'm saying.
Forget about the level.
What is the level? Because
look how much.
Look at never have a Jamaican artist who cross over and be on the magnitude of a Jay-Z or a Puff Daddy. It won't happen no matter how much time.
It's up to them. I may not give up on Jamaica. I'm not giving up on dancehall.
I'm trying to tell them that.
And I'm not going to leave it to the Americans or the British or anybody else.
The program come say, we not do good music. We have something called truth music. They cannot minimize what we say. If you notice, Yasus Afari song when him come with.
Yes.
It's an uplifting song. Right now, the way the world are going and the darkness and the dirtiness are going in the world, them not like our drama.
It's too political.
It's too real.
Yes.
It's too truth. It has sent signal to God. Them not depend that a devil are reigning in the world now. No.
We're going to jump into your issue now.
Yeah.
The issue where you're supposed to have a lot to say and to clear up for us. Because Marvin, the dancer, who we believe is a good dancer, what you make of is the things he's been accused of. What you make of all of it?
All right. People question me based on my video when I put up. I wasn't defending Marvin, I was defending the culture. Because them see what Marvin do and I say, oh, dancehall is this and dancehall is that.
The body slamming culture you're talking?
Yeah.
You support it?
In some sense, prior to that little girl that have Down syndrome, I never see that video when I put up my video. In that case, if she said no and if she's sick, first thing, she not feel I dance.
Yes, so the promoter is implicated.
The parents.
But yeah, apart from the parents.
Because if you have a child with
wouldn't
Down
the promoter
syndrome,
be implicated in that
because
dance?
the promoter go down at the bar and that's when she come through the gate. Or if it's an open dance, we don't know.
Well, that too.
Yeah, so
it's
I
not
blame the parent.
You don't know if it's a gated dance.
Yeah, I don't know. So I blame the parent. Because if I have a child with Down syndrome children are supposed to be visualized at all times. Because they are not well. So, in that case there, Marvin, if she said no, and if your sister she's sick, leave her alone. But this thing where dancing are going, and Marvin alone do that. And none of the girl them not complain. Sometimes Marvin there over him corner do him thing. The girl them run go over the feet. Them want it. So as long as it's adult entertainment and nobody now get hurt on the female, all right with it.
But that's the problem. Nobody knows if anybody is going to get hurt or are being hurt.
Yeah. Well,
if people
we have
are being...
cases where female get hurt already. Well, with Marvin. And guess what? You see the next night when him out there? She did it with her foot sick and her friend gone feet. So, you ever understand? Ding dong, ching ching, them have for them style of doing it.
Okay.
And everybody have them style of doing it. Now, if a female is in a party and she don't want it, you don't want it.
So Chiching is doing it?
No, Chiching is doing a different style of dance.
And-
Ding dong
and
do a
ding dong.
different style. The
same body slamming?
No, them do different thing. Shelly Belly and Marvin are them response to that something.
Yes.
And people in a dance
Is
know.
it a craze? Is it happening elsewhere in the world?
It happen everywhere. Me they have Bronx and me see it.
It's in hip hop too?
Hip hop worse. Me don't like when they
It's
bring
in
that genre.
Africa. It's in Africa.
You know see it. You follow YouTube, you look at it everywhere. People have different kind of
I'm just
dance.
asking because I see dancing that are very risky.
Yes, and
so
it's
on.
not
But
basically dancing, you know.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't call it dancing.
Yes, so what is it?
It's an act. He might put on a show.
But isn't it taking away from the dancehall space?
No,
Do
man,
you
that
want
can't
that
take a-
in there? Isn't
that-
that a different style of entertainment?
You remember Pasa Pasa?
Yes.
Which was one of the biggest events.
Yes.
Remember, say, in a tree, people go and flick off and dip and chuck up and ride and the JUTC bust them. So, I don't want nobody act like for Jamaica and for dancehall, them things are new.
Yeah.
Like when they give the girl the mackerel and they suck them want to
Foota,
kill
the
them.
only problem people have, you know,
Yeah.
stunt and acts, as you put it, are always there,
Always.
right? But what I'm saying, and there's a place for these things.
Yeah.
The only problem people have is the security and safety of fellow Jamaicans.
But Winford.
Be they willing to do it or not. And especially inner city people who nobody don't really care about a lot.
Yeah.
They are to be protected. You have a responsibility, Foota,
Yeah, but-
to protect your patrons in the dance.
Of course, you're
You
right.
and Marvin and Bounty and Beanie and all of you.
But watch this now, Winford.
Especially selectors.
When the girl under her juice now, me I play my music and Marvin a dance. You have Nikisha, you have Cher, you have Renee 630, you have the girl that know how to deal with Marvin and know what him deal with and know what go on. You come a party, dance with somebody else. Don't go dance with Marvin. Because he's a trained professional, you are not. But when him do it with Cher them and Nikisha them, you don't hear no complain.
Yes.
Because them know how to angle themselves. I think what them do, them get tour, them a go
So,
on show
well,
and
that's
go.
your responsibility.
Yeah.
Foota. I give you that responsibility.
Keep it professional.
Keep it professional. When you run the dance, you have to go tell a man. So
Yeah,
watch
I
here
stop
now.
the music and say, you girl, leave Marvin alone. You,
Yeah.
go to Marvin.
Go to Marvin.
Yeah, we don't have a problem
I
with
will
that.
hold that for now.
Yeah, we don't-
We will take that for now. We don't push me up. I'll work with that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
right now.
But you don't know if a girl say no, be a lower.
Yes.
You understand what I say, Marvin? Because sometimes you know in an element and you see a girl like, you should say no, leave her alone.
Absolutely. And guess why? We're talking about branding. We're talking about selling our culture.
Yeah.
And everything you do, you, Foota and everybody else, goes viral.
Yeah.
Goes to the world.
Yeah, them see it.
And we are into the business of bringing people here in Jamaica to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
We want the world to feel safe coming here. We want the world to understand that they're professionals and caring and people who are responsible running entertainment in Jamaica. And we're not just a loose culture where anything goes.
All right.
Joe buy out Sumfest.
Very, very, I don't know. When I just hear say Joe acquire most of the shares for Sumfest, me did excited. Honestly, because I know say financially, nobody
Yes.
no better for deal with it than him. Can have the money, right? So me I thinking in my head say no, all right. Sumfest have a problem to bring Eminem and Justin Bieber and them people because them charge ridiculous money, Miley Cyrus. Me know say Joe love Miley Cyrus as an artist. So me I say, all right, we're going to see a Jay-Z or a Justin Bieber. Or, yeah, the show go up a notch. First thing me hear, international night cut. Then me say, international night cut. Him say, all right, we're going down to 2 now. I say, well, it might make sense. Because instead of somebody have to book a hotel room for 3 days, them can book 2 days and you know, save back money. Then me say, I have no international act. That made me wonder now if you and Sumfest have a problem and you just buy out the show for mash it up. Because theme reason, based on what me hear Killer say, is like in name Reggae Sumfest, so we fi incorporate our people them.
Yeah.
It's Reggae Sumfest with a twist. Because over the years, we always have an international act, whether it be a Beyonce, whether it be a Missy Elliott, we live for that. What is the difference with Sumfest now than Sting, than GT aggregation? Me don't understand.
Okay. Well, there are many ways you can say it's different from others. And but I would suggest to you that it going international, being reggae, Sumfest, isn't a bad idea. And maybe they have gone too far with the guest appearance of other artists, and I would call them foreign artists.
Yeah.
But hold on, they must not be overshadowing the locals.
But instead of cut it out completely and kill the essence
No, man,
of the show.
I don't think they're really cutting it out
not
completely.
advertising anybody?
Maybe they didn't get anybody locked down this year because this year is a
We are
transition
talking
year.
about Joe back. Listen, we are talking about Joe back.
Joe can buy out, but him have to be careful now because if him come too big this year,
No.
if him go over the top,
Remember me used to work
next
on it.
year,
No, remember me used to work on
next year you have to come same
No,
big.
Joe can hire whichever league international.
That's what I'm
artist
saying,
every
and
year.
you go on. We keep it up every
He
year.
can keep it up.
But if you look at what it costs the promoter to bring them to Jamaica,
I don't want to talk about cost when we're talking about Joe.
and as much as Joe has all the money in the world to make a party in Jamaica for all to come and enjoy themselves, I would not subscribe or I believe that somebody deep pocketed as they may be can sustain such a thing. Yeah?
So I'm going to see it go.
All right, so who is hot for summer this year?
All right, a number of people out right now. Because like the artist, I mean, I like him, and I'm a fan, I don't know, so I don't know prejudice thing, but Alkaline Art.
Yes.
Yeah. My father catch back art gear upon them. Cartel up and releasing the album.
Yes.
Have like 3 or 4 hot songs off of the album already.
What do you think about the title of the album?
Him can say it, but really and truly we know being him and him a shooter. So we never been a hypocrite with it. You understand?
Okay.
And Beanie can say it, but I'm married. Beanie not like when nobody said I'm a king of dance about it. So you know that thing that go. One of the biggest songs overseas, Shabba Motherpot. Dexter Daps. Yeah.
It a burn up, sir?
Dance all wise, it have burn up the whole place. Nesbeth have one of the strongest songs in the whole world. My Dream is still one of the strongest songs. Jamil, a crazy momentum on him song. In my version, you know the two of them in the neck and neck with one-on-one song, but right now, Jamil a lead, yeah, out of the 2 young artists. Them. So the young part of the thing look promising. The concern with me have win for this not really who at via record, you know. The problem is there's no performers.
They can't perform.
Them not perform to the level of where Jamaicans supposed to perform on a show. So I'm glad Ellie get back in visa, because you can see it when Ellie go up on the show them. Him not have the hottest song right now, but he might lock down the whole place. Vegas do great or best of the best. So it show up a performance. What I mean, I think the government need for lobby because them now look and see it. Not having the visa is hurting the culture and the income. Because when you look on the big park show, them now are mostly calypso artists. They're on it because Sizzla have a visa, Bunty have a visa, Beanie have a visa, and them are the main performer them, you know. And when you go to the show them, it's like when Elephant come on the show one night and Vegas is like a breath of fresh air. Because the young youth, them now perform up to par with them for par. And then, me not like them attire. You know, one time when you have artists that go up and show the next day, you see the paper, best dress and all these things. Them now spend their money with them designer. Them a go out in a t-shirt and jeans. They look like the patron. It not work. Big problem. Huge problem. And then them artists are now putting in the elements so if you get the big money and then they want to charge you big money.
That's the same problem. And it sounds like I'm sounding nowadays like a broken record about brand.
Yeah.
Brand.
Right.
Understanding branding. Understanding what we're talking about when we say become a brand.
Right.
That is inclusive of your
Image.
delivery, your
Yeah.
image, or your look physically,
Right.
your stagecraft, all of that is going to make up your brand.
Right.
And that's what the world is buying now because of the digital revolution. And we must understand that we're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
I'm tired of saying it, but what can I tell you? So what else is left for you for the summer? Real quick now.
All right, well, you know, Wednesday gone, we have a welcome home party for Foota in a Gallis Wednesday. Now, I have a big announcement. You know, me and Ayactane sign a promotion agreement, a partnership where we support each other's career. Because dancehall is the only genre where artists do not give selectors the real respect. Okay. If you notice hip hop, rock, anything, the star and him DJ is always a star. Even DJ Khaled was Fat Joe's DJ and
right.
Yes,
so you have a deal now
so
that.
May I try break a trend. even other selectors can survive.
So the deal signed already?
Yes, man. So from now on, I conquer the globe, FHM. You understand? Foota music and conquer the globe. Promotions, meaning me a producer, me produce rhythms. Acting, I'll just give me a strength on my rhythm. Me give me a strength on film song them. You understand? Him have him shoes deal, we give me a strength. Me have my clothing line, him give me a strength. You know? Each one help one.
Good move. Foota hype. Thanks as usual to come through and talk to us.
Big up.
Anytime, because when things break, you know you're coming back. If I next week, when something happens, I want your opinion.
We're there.
You'll be back.
Yeah, man.
All right, there you have it, our show for this week. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more. Always so much more than entertainment.
I've been hurt by friends. I've been hurt by friends. So me tell you, stay away. Stay away from the waste man then. Get so yours. I've been hurt by friends. I've been hurt by friends. So it is you run away. Me tell you, run where the waste man then.
Hi, thanks for watching our video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking right here and enjoy so much more where that came from. And it fits you perfectly, Killer. It fits you.
And then my mother was an active person in politics. I used to see the politicians them come out with yard and come in at the community and